Just us. Just us.
It's been a roller coaster of a few hours, day or so for the Golden State Warriors. We just came off a game which went better than expected, but we also have trade news to discuss. We're going to start with the game, but stay tuned if you want to listen to our thoughts on the trade. We played the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix, minus Steph Curry, minus Jimmy Butler, and a few others.
Yeah, a few others who got traded, which we'll get to in a minute. But the Warriors came up with kind of a surprise win tonight, 101-97. It was a clutch game. Came down to the wire.
Yes.
I will say, and I'll admit, in the third quarter, when the Warriors lost the lead and the Suns took a 14-point lead, I started getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
I started brushing my teeth, washing my face, get out of the bathroom, and surprise, surprise, the Warriors have almost caught up.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth quarter, let's talk about the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Who really contributed today. Pat Spencer and Gui Santos in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
What did you think
Melton.
of that decision?
I think it's a decision that came out of no other choice.
Yeah.
That's basically our entire team at this point.
Well, today is also Pat Spencer's last game on his two-way contract.
He'll be back.
He had a career high tonight. I'm pretty sure
And at
he's
the end
going to
of the
sign
game,
that contract.
Steve Kerr was whispering in his ears, whispering
Very
sweet
emphatically.
nothings.
He was whispering emphatically.
The sweet nothings being contracts, probably. There's a contract for you out back.
Yeah.
Bring a pen. Something like that.
I would assume they're going to convert his contract.
I mean, like, the game started off in surprisingly good energy. Like, they were keeping neck and neck. We were missing a lot of shots, but the defense was rock solid. So we weren't conceding a lot of points based on our missed shots or turnovers, which there was an abundance of this game.
Well, there were only 2 turnovers in the first half, so I thought the defense was really solid and it wasn't sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the Warriors continued kind of some of the same performance as the previous game where they just kept chucking threes.
Yeah.
And they shot about, I think it was like 40% from three-point range in the first half, which is pretty good. But it felt like they were missing a lot just because of the volume of shots they were taking. They took 37 three-point attempts just in the first half alone.
It's very risky strategy because the fact that they shot a lot of threes and missed is not great. However, the threes that they did make are what kept them in the race. Pat Spencer made a few. Guy made a few. So on balance, it's like, yes, it's not a good strategy. You probably should have adjusted and attacked a little more. But at the same time, it worked out because the defense was rock solid.
Exactly. And I will say the veterans came in, like Al Horford played a bit of the regulator role. He was also driving to the basket, getting rebounds. And
doing ISO. He was
keeping
playing.
the team in it, I'd say. But the star player, I think, in my mind, well, there were 2. The first was Gui Santos.
This is Guy's team now.
I know. Steph should just hand over the keys to the team to Gui Santos. He had 18 points tonight, 6 of 9, 3 of 6 from three-point range. He played 36 minutes. He was the star of the game. He was doing everything.
Again, his shooting was great. He was making a lot of threes, but his energy and tenacity is what kind of kept the team in it in a lot of ways. Which is exactly what he's known for. He's known for coming on and just being all systems go, every engine roaring. And he does his best to get to the basket. If he makes a mistake, he'll do his best to clean it up. And he just generally is just bouncing back and forth across the court. And that translated today into extended playing time, which translated into a fantastic performance that ultimately, I think, won us the game. That's not to say he was the only one. Like we talked about Pat Spencer. Moody at certain points, he didn't make a lot of shots, but his defense was very, very, very suffocating. Like there were points where he was up in faces and like not letting them even move around, especially on the final play where it was a mixture, I believe, of Moody and DeAnthony Melton on Dylan Brooks. And Dylan Brooks looked just absolutely covered. And he shot off a Hail Mary 3 that just was going it wasn't going to go in.
We love to see Dylan Brooks suffer. And,
Yeah.
even though, so Dylan Brooks has
He was
been
chirping during the game.
star of the game, or the star of the team of the Suns, because Devin Booker is out right now with an injury. He had, Dylan Brooks had 24 points, Dylan the villain. He was really trying to get under the skin of the Warriors.
Yeah, he shot 1-3, went in, and then he like chirped at Steph, who's on the sideline, and you can see a video of it because he like hand motions towards Steph, and Steph looks at him and like, "Who are you?
Yeah, like,
what are you talking about?"
Yeah, so annoying. But that's the type of player he is, and I really appreciated the composure that the Warriors kept. Like, he was really trying to instigate a fight.
There is one clip which you can find where Pat Spencer absolutely chucks him onto the ground.
Yeah.
I think Pat Spencer would take him out in a fist fight.
I think so too. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, but like Pat just clearly just like swung him down during a play, and it's really funny.
I'll talk about one of my boobies of the game. So boobies and butthole. My favorite play of the game was Gui Santos blocking Dylan Brooks' jump shot.
Yeah.
And it's just so good. Like, Guy deserves all the praise in this game, and that was my favorite play.
And then they asked him how it felt, and his response was, "Dylan talks a lot of shit."
Yeah, even though
Well,
Guy doesn't get a lot of airtime, like, during press conferences and whatnot. He will today, but yeah, he's not supposed to swear on live television.
I think he used his swear allocation allotment pretty well there.
Yeah.
He just blocked it. Dylan Brooks, and it was pretty funny. I think that play was great. I think my favorite play was the one that actually like got us ahead, where it was a chaotic kind of moment where the ball was on the Suns were attacking, and just Guy's tenacity just poked the ball out, or someone's tenacity poked the ball out into after getting a defensive stop, and gave Guy the space to just grab the ball and run across the court and get a layup.
Yeah.
And it was, you could tell, like, when he got that layup, he was like, it's over. Like, we are winning.
The Warriors
this.
were hyped. So basically, the game ended in a way where the Warriors had 2 defensive stops and kind of 2 layups that sealed the deal.
Stops. Yeah.
Yeah, which was incredible. They went on a 22-5 run to end the fourth quarter and limited the Suns to just 1 made field goal in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Very, very good
That's
play.
so impressive.
That's impressive.
I think there's, been many times this season where that end of the game would not have resulted in a W.
No.
But tonight it did.
It's a game we really needed, especially, Steph's on the bench. This is effectively the bench unit as well that is playing in the starters spots. They needed that as well to give them some confidence, because the team has changed in a significant way, not just because Steph is injured. Hopefully we'll see him again fairly soon. He warmed up today and practiced, so maybe he comes back for LA. Jimmy is out for the season. And then...
Well, let's talk about the trades. This is a good segue.
Yes, so trade-wise, Jonathan Kuminga is gone. He was traded to the Atlanta Hawks.
Along with Buddy
Hield. I think it was the right decision to trade Buddy. That doesn't mean I'm excited about it. He's a good character. He's a good locker room presence. He's a fun person to be in. And it also means that the Jimmy and Buddy friendship is gonna take a bit of a hit. The antics are gonna go down. But he wasn't playing very well at all. Like he's
averaging about 8 points, but it wasn't consistent.
He's a catch and shoot 3-point shooter that wasn't able to consistently pull off his specialty.
Well, let's talk about the player we acquired in return. We got Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah. The existence of a Porzingis implies there's a rich Zingus somewhere.
Tingus Pingus?
Who the hell is Tingus Pingus?
Well, he's a 7'2" stretch center.
Mm-hmm.
That would make him the tallest person on our team. He has been in the league for 10 years. I think this is his 11th season. And he previously played with Al Horford in Boston on that championship team in 2024.
Yes.
Supposedly, he's the kind of player that the Warriors have been looking for. And let's just put it out there.
They were out.
Exactly. But let's just put it out there that the Warriors didn't get Giannis. No one got Giannis.
Yeah.
But that was the goal.
The goal was Giannis, yes.
And when the Bucks said, hey, nothing's going to happen with Giannis, that's when this trade was announced.
I don't think they didn't actively say it, but what reports indicate is before it was clear, the Warriors realized that they had no intention of trading Giannis, so they quickly pivoted and got Porzingis.
Yeah, and I mean, he is a tall guy. He can shoot the ball. He can protect the rim. He through his career has averaged 19 points per game and 8 rebounds. So that's a pretty solid performance. However, he's not played since January 7th. He has Achilles tendonitis.
He's
very injury
history.
Prone.
Yeah.
After looking at his injuries, he's had an injury pretty much every year he's been in the league.
Yep.
Multiple injuries some years. Kind of is reminiscent of Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
To some.
He also
in some
has
ways.
POTS as well, which is a underlying condition that it can be managed. There's plenty of athletes out there that have POTS and continue to have a good career. I think for me, I'm more worried about his physical injuries as a result of playing than an underlying persistent condition like POTS. But I think Steve Kerr said it, Rick Celebrini, the team medical expert, coach, they did their due diligence, and Steve Kerr said we wouldn't have traded for him if we didn't believe we could play him. And I don't know about that, but then you think about Al Horford, came to the team, not in great shape, was injured, and now he just played
a monster game.
A monster game. He looks in great shape. He's moving like he didn't have sciatica or whatever it was, the back issues. And so there's clearly faith in the medical team to rehabilitate whatever Porzingis has got going on. So the long and short of it is, if he plays well and if he stays healthy, he could genuinely be a massive impact player for us, because we haven't had a stretch big like this in a long time.
A very long time.
I don't know. He's Andrew Bogut-esque. I don't know who else there would have been since then, but we did give up another tall player. Trace Jackson Davis was traded as well
to the Raptors.
To the Raptors, yes, for a second round pick. Yes.
That's kind of rude to a certain extent, I'd say.
Yes.
But I think the Warriors are continuing to hoard picks in the event that a Giannis type of trade or a trade for a superstar becomes relevant again in the offseason.
And the whole discussion around Giannis is infuriating, almost as infuriating as the whole Kuminga saga has been, because Giannis is effectively cowardly about he's protecting his image. He basically has said, I want to leave, but I want you to infer my intention instead of actually saying it.
He should have just said where he wanted to go, and they would have made something work.
Yeah, he doesn't. He wants someone to make the decision for him, so he doesn't feel or look like the bad guy in Milwaukee, which is kind of lame. But there's a good chance at the end of this season, in the off season, he gets more control over where he goes. So the thinking is there's going to be an entire new battle to potentially get Giannis in the offseason. And in that case, the trades that the Warriors have done also clear up a lot of cap space and positions, because Porzingis is on an expiring contract. So at the end of this season, they can choose to keep him, or they can just set him free.
Or he becomes a free agent.
Yeah, and then we get enough space to bring someone back.
Basically, the next 30 games or whatever, however many games are left in the season, are a trial. Does Porzingis fit with this system? And the Warriors can make a decision whether they want to keep him or dump the salary in the offseason and try and open up some cap space.
I definitely think he can fit if he stays healthy, if he can play. That's where I am at.
Yes, and I think the thing is that Steph also has to be healthy. They have to see how they interact together.
Yeah.
So both of them have to be well enough to be on the court at the same time, and also that supporting cast needs to be there to kind of prove that the whole system works.
Yeah, I mean, the other result of this trade is Draymond Green remains a Warrior, which is good.
I'm happy about for the interim.
Happy, yeah.
But yeah, if it comes time to make a big trade in the offseason, he's likely not going to be safe.
Yeah. And I mean, here, what I'm thinking now is our chances of making it to the playoffs, I felt were pretty slim. Now with Porzingis, I feel a little more hope in potentially getting, because we're not far off. We just need to have a good run, and we need some other teams to be rubbish for a little bit.
Well, some other teams are going to intentionally tank. I'm talking about the Clippers.
Yeah.
They traded away James Harden.
I don't know if they're going to tank. They're doing very well.
They'll want to tank.
Interesting.
And so I think at least that might help the Warriors move up. Right now, Warriors are still in 8th place. The Suns are above them in 7th place, but they're 4 games ahead of the Warriors. So still in play-in contention. Oh, yeah, 3 games. So still in play-in contention. I'd like to see the Warriors get out of that position.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And I think you're right, but I think when is Porzingis going to play?
Well, he's going to be in LA. He's
tomorrow.
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
He's going to be meeting the team there and arriving with them. And from that point on, we'll be on the team and traveling with them. Whether he plays or not, I think it will be another 1 or 2 games. But my hope is that he fits in, he stays healthy, and my hope is that the team still wants to compete. I don't know where Steph's mind is at. I get the feeling that he's going to keep trying.
Well, based on the performance and effort that was shown in tonight's game, I feel pretty good about it. I think the last 2 games were very sluggish and lethargic, and I didn't see that fire and that competition. Tonight, it was very evident.
Hopefully they can keep at it, Do it for Jimmy.
Do it for Jimmy.
Yeah. Do it for Jimmy t-shirts coming soon. But yeah, Boobies and Butthole, Boobies, the win was obviously one. That's always going to be one. But I love the fact that taking the win out, because that's obvious, the two are Gui Santos finally getting some love. Not finally, but being able to have a game where he is the star. And also, I think Al Horford played fantastic. It was good to see him. Old man Al, Uncle Al, just shooting threes, protecting, defending, playmaking, communicating. And then my butthole probably was saying goodbye to a bunch of players that weren't performing for us, but nevertheless were loved presences on the team and interesting dynamics on the team. I'm definitely going to miss Buddy. I'll never forget TJD dunking on Wemby. Kuminga, he had his moments. I am glad that he's gone somewhere where he can hopefully shine.
That's very nice of you to say.
Yeah.
I think for me, the butthole was the turnovers in the second half. The first half was just so good. 2 turnovers. And then they really amped it up in a bad way, and we're just throwing it around. But in terms of Boobies, glad we got the win. And that play that I mentioned earlier where Gui Santos blocked Dylan Brooks was my favorite. And I'm happy for Pat Spencer that he got his career high. And that he's going to get his contract converted to a standard contract
Inshallah.
After tonight's game. I'm almost certain of that.
You know what my other favorite thing is? And it's not to do with what happened in today's game. After every game, Jimmy posts an update about the game. Whether it's win or loss, Jimmy posts an update. And
what's his update today?
Today's one was just Dubs win. And it is the final play of the game, I believe. That was following a jelly roll post. But yeah, I just love to see that he's still engaged.
Right.
And the other big update is Jimmy is going to be having his surgery next week.
February 9th.
He's having it in LA. And again, the expectation is it will take him probably a year before he's ready to play again.
So February 9th of next year.
Yep, that's when Jimmy is.
So around this time next year, Jimmy Butler will be back, making his return for the Dubs. And
in the same way that he arrived when we got
right.
him. This is roughly the same period of time where we first got him, championship coming soon. He got on the court, having 0 practice with the team, and just first game was just churning through dunks and like playing incredibly. And now he's going to have the opportunity to do that again, hopefully. We love you, Jimmy.
We love you, Jimmy. Get well soon. Do it for Jimmy.
Do it for Jimmy.
Just us on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Just us.